top of all of that, Phoebe's grandfather said that he actually had to hold the chute in place while Phoebe's friend attempted to climb in. Because the hatch, it wasn't stationary. It had a spring mechanism, so the door kept bouncing, opening and closing, even with the slightest movement. It wasn't automatic, it wasn't stable, and it certainly wasn't designed to support someone climbing into it. So in other words, it took two sober adults, one to hold the hatch steady and another to physically maneuver into the chute, just to replicate what the investigators claimed Phoebe did. What she did alone, while intoxicated, disoriented, and possibly sleepwalking. And honestly, as crazy as it seems, where you're like, oh, that probably sounds like a slam dunk, that's not even the most damning part. The investigators claimed that there were 0 fingerprints on the trash chute door. None. Not Phoebe's, not Aunt's, not a mystery third person's, nothing. So we're supposed to believe that Phoebe opened a small spring-loaded hatch, lifted herself 40 inches off the ground, forced her body into squeeze into an 8-inch opening, positioned herself feet first, all while drunk and medicated, and somehow did all of that without leaving a single fingerprint behind. No smudge, no partial, no trace, no evidence that she ever touched the door at all. So that's where family and, frankly, anyone paying attention, that's where they hit a wall. Because if she went into this chute, someone touched that hatch. And someone cleaned it. Somebody erased the evidence. If you're looking for an alcohol alternative that actually delivers the social buzz but without the hangover, let me introduce you to Willie's by Willie Nelson. Willie's is a premium THC-infused social tonic that is designed for relaxing, socializing, and unwinding, but without alcohol. It's low-calorie, low-sugar, and it gives you a fast-acting, uplifting buzz that helps you relax and de-stress. Each tonic combines THC, CBD, CBG, and L-theanine, creating a balanced feeling of just calm, clarity, euphoria, and unlike some alternatives that barely work, Willie's kicks in quickly. So you can actually feel the effects when you want to wind down after a long day or if you want to go out and socialize with your friends. Their tonics come in 5 milligram and 10 milligram doses with a smooth flavor that you can enjoy as a shot, over ice, or mixed into a cocktail or mocktail. Willie's has already sold out 3 times in the first 6 months with over 50,000 happy customers. So go to drinkwillies.com and use code SERIOUSLY for 20% off your first order plus free shipping on orders over $95. Willie's ships directly to your doorstep in over 40 states. And again, that is drinkwillies.com, code SERIOUSLY for 20% off. Now, once again, I just want to level set things and get things straight. You think a woman who was sleepwalking, on prescription meds, and heavily intoxicated was somehow able to get to the top of the trash chute hatch, feet first, without ever touching the sides of the chute or even the walls?
She may have been in a delusional state, but she still have to have the physical coordination to actually perform the feat. No one seems to really get that.
Like I've already said, the trash chute was 40 inches off the ground, which I just cannot picture Phoebe opening that hatch and then hoisting her legs up into it without using her hands as a, force of balance. The idea that she somehow did all of this with her arms pinned at her sides, the way the coroner claimed that she had her arms to her sides, it makes no physical sense. That is, of course, unless she didn't get in alone. And I'm not saying that someone lovingly assisted her in some tragic plan, but more so, what if somebody forced her in? Someone who physically put her inside that chute and then wiped away any traces of evidence of themselves afterwards. Because remember, the investigators found no fingerprints on that chute at all. None, not Phoebe's and not anyone else's. And it's moments like this where I kind of sit back and think to myself, how is it that the official version of events in this case is actually the least plausible explanation? And Phoebe's family feels the exact same way, which leads me to the next logical question. If foul play was involved, who could have done this and why?